All right. So
your question is?
My question is, which Monty Python film did you see first? Life of Brian or Monty Python and the Holy Grail? Because I have discovered a thing, an ism.
Okay, now just to frame it a little bit, what about Monty Python, the TV series? Are we just going with
I'm
the
talking
movies?
about just, I think that at a certain age...
what if I knew about Monty Python before the movies?
You can, then that might be your entryway. But I'm talking about most people of a certain age, moi, their entry to Python. I mean, I was English or Scottish. Fuck, I just outed myself as the wrong side of the fucking...
There goes independence.
Yeah, I know.
It's over now. No wonder SNP's
nobody's
losing.
voting on this shit anymore. We're out. Scottish National Party's out. Anyway, for me, it was which Python movie did you see first? And then I discovered Flying Circus. And then Meaning of Life was definitely later on. But it was either Life of Brian or Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Which one did you see first? And that tends to be the favorite.
I think I saw the TV show first, but that aside, I will go Holy Grail.
You saw Holy Grail first?
Especially multiple viewings.
Yes. There's some really brilliant stuff. The Moisten Bintz lobbing scimitars from Lake's speech is...
Jesus Christ. That's Life of Brian, right?
No, that's Holy Grail.
That's Holy Grail?
That's Holy Grail. Yeah, it doesn't. When they're talking about, he's like, "I'm your king," and he goes, "Well, I didn't vote for you."
Oh yeah, that's right. The proletariat.
Scene. Yeah, exactly. But I have discovered that
it's a system of serfs. All right,
it's brilliant and it's still fucking relevant. But I saw Life of Brian first, being a person who grew up in
a certain age, and I'm of a certain age.
You're a certain age. I saw the super. I remember seeing like the big deal around The Last Temptation of Christ. You know. The
Christ.
Movie. Yeah, exactly. And like how it was like, oh, Jesus was the man and he got tempted and all this shit. And then I saw Life of Brian and was like, holy fuck, there's Bush in this. And they're talking about Jesus. What's happening here? You know? And it is a robust Bush.
It is.
Anyway.
Yes.
But Bush. Yes, I saw Life of Brian and I thought it was the funniest fucking thing I had ever seen. And I could never ever tell my family that I had watched it because...
Really?
Yeah, well, not until later, obviously, when I was an adult, and I was like, I'm not relying on you for sustenance and a shelter. I can tell you that I've seen this now, and I told, and my dad was like, oh yeah, that movie's hilarious, and I'm like, we could have been talking about this the whole time. Anyway, but yeah, it's
always look on the bright side of life.
Yep, brilliant. Eric Idle penned.
Eric Idle is just one of the most brilliant people ever.
I agree.
I've spoken to him a few times. We tried to get him to Denver.
Yeah.
Fucking altitude thing. He's going through a thing in LA. He is just a brilliant songwriter, and people don't get it.
Indeed. Every sperm is sacred. Come on now.
Yeah. I mean, and he loves physics, and he's friends with Professor Brian Cox, not the guy who cusses a lot, but yeah.
Yeah.
I love the way that Brian Cox explains... You know, when people see him in a cab and they're like, Brian Cox? And he's like, yeah. They're like, actor or physicist? He's like, I'm the one who doesn't cuss a lot.
Yeah. I like that guy a lot. They
don't look anything alike.
Yeah, they look nothing alike. Well, that's fucking cool. Yeah.
But yeah, in my 20s, I will say that Holy Grail was on rewatch constantly.
Yeah.
That was something that was just always in the video cassette.
Yes.
And at some point, the DVD.
The DVD. Yeah. I used to get a fucking like medium thin crust cheese pizza from Pizza Hut.
Ooh.
And watch Holy Grail. Like once a month I would watch that movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I actually quoted it 2 nights ago.
Oh.
I was just like, first you have already got one. I use that all the time. All right, so if you have not seen these people,
go. Run.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Monty Python, Life of Brian.
Yes. Yeah. And the animation, and
basically everything else, but yeah, those two.
Yeah, everything else. The flying circus, the haddock slapping guards is quite a lovely diversion.
And you can YouTube a lot of this shit.
Yeah.
I don't like spam.
Ministry of Silly Walks, Bloody Vikings, the whole thing is just Anyway, carry on. Python it up and enjoy my loves.
Python it up. That sounds like a Snoop Dogg line.
What did you
Maybe I should not say it like that, like a Snoop Dogg line. That's like Christopher Walken. Sounds like a Snoop Dogg line.
Yeah. So I played in a missing persons cover band a couple weeks ago, and I had to do a video, and it took every ounce of self-control I had when we played Walking in LA to not put Christopher Walken's face up on the video screen.
Just like over Capitol Records or something.
Yeah. Just hovering like the sun in the sun in Teletubbies, just like Walken's face up there.
Walking
like,
in LA.
Yeah, it's me. I'm here.
It's me, Chris. I love Los Angeles.
Oh, man.
Hey, cars.
That takes me to one of my favorite Saturday Night Live skits. The Continental.
Yes. The pencil mustache.
That's so good.
So good.
Did you
We're
watch?
Talk about that coming up a little bit.
Yeah.
How was your week? What did you do this week? What did you do for Valentine's Day? Didn't you have a gig?
Me and the lady performed at a gig. Another odd one where it's like, you're playing in the. It was very reminiscent of the 1900s touring for me. Band sets up over there. There's a table there, and there's 9 people still sitting at it. We start playing in 20 minutes, and I'm like, okay. And they're like, well, aren't you going to set up? I'm like, can't. There's 9 people sitting there.
Corner
like,
gig.
Well, as soon as they're done, we'll get them out. But we need you to start on time. Cool. When you get them up, I'll start getting set up. Yeah. I cannot defeat the laws of physics or time. I just cannot do it. We cannot exist in two objects cannot occupy the same space at the same time. Did
you like take the temperature of whether they were having fun or not, or had just gotten another pitcher and you're like,
yeah, exactly.
I would hold off on that pitcher.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is, you can tell the second you start setting up, there's some older people that go, oh fuck, music, and they run.
Yeah. Or the opposite happens.
What's that?
Or the opposite happens. We're like, hey, what kind of guitar you got there? What you going to be playing tonight?
That did not happen.
Have other people come up and play, or?
Yeah, it was. It's. I remember like those days where you'd be like loading in. They'd be like, good, a band. What time do you guys start? We start at 8:30, man. Oh, good. We'll be gone by then.
Yeah.
You're like, anyway, but I mean, we had fun. Some family came out, some friends came out. It was nice to see a few folks. I had one friend say to the lady, like, "You've tamed him," and it's like, I don't think so. I'm just playing to the environment.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I'm not going to
stage.
I'm not going to play "Fuck Her Gently" at 7:30 at night. I'm just. It's not time yet.
Chris.
It was not. It was not him. But it's just interesting that
I've never known someone to use the wet emoji so much.
Moist. Anyway, but yeah, it was a fun adventure. We got to have a good little snack. Really good fish and chips at that joint, by the way.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, we played, and then we went to see our friends. And also, I produced their record, Dear Marsha. Did their 30th anniversary concert on Saturday night at the Wild Goose, and they epitomized the "and then they" thing I like out of shows, which is I went to see Dear Marsha, and then they brought out a marching band and played Tusk for their opening song. They fucking full on, there was 30 fucking. They had the security guards basically shoving people back from the stage to walk this fucking band in. It was great.
I love Dear Marsha. David Derby playing with them, right?
Playing drums.
Played with him in a few bands.
Yeah.
And we mentioned some of their songs before. Go check out Dear Marsha.
Yeah.
However, can we sidebar for a second here?
Yes, of course.
I had a long conversation about this the other night.
Okay.
Yes, we were high, but however, I think it's still valid.
Okay.
I heard a story that Stevie Nicks wanted to get back at Lindsey Buckingham, and so for Tusk, she went to like USC and got like with the marching band frat boys and was like, I think we should do a video with you guys. And like was just totally sexing it up with them and talked to Mick into it, which of course Mick, being the drummer, was like, yes, drum corps, marching band, I'm down. Lindsay never wanted it to happen with USC. And of course, this became probably the most famous video they ever did.
Yeah.
Because, they weren't really a video band.
No, yeah, exactly.
And so, but this conversation was going back and forth about whether or not, she slept with a bunch of the guys in college, because they were all like, oh shit, Stevie Nicks, dude.
Yeah.
And Stevie Nicks in the early 80s. I mean, Stevie Nicks still pretty hot.
Yeah.
But I mean, then in LA, that's tough to turn down. And, but Lindsay, you're kind of an older dude hanging out with USC chicks.
Yeah.
No, that didn't work out very well.
It didn't work out, yeah.
As it turns out, it's probably that Mick was the one who actually instigated it. But I love the story that Stevie Nicks went behind everyone's back and then got. And of course, Christy McVie, the story goes that Christy McVie was like, yeah, whatever, I don't care, I'll show up. And she showed up to USC or to like their practice field. Yeah. And they were doing it at the Rose Bowl.
Oh.
And so when you watch the video, there's a whole lot of things about the video that you have to go find where the people were, because they show them in the parking lot. It's kind of a behind the scenes thing.
Interesting.
Like most people do not know the video. They know the story.
Yeah.
But it's I just think that's funny.
There's so many things about that band that are just, I mean, like, the pettiness, shall we say?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, all right, well.
And it's just a ridiculous song. It's ridiculous that it's even hung around this long. It's an instrumental that has like, three lines in it. Don't tell me that you love me. Tusk.
Yeah.
It's just stupid.
Yeah.
It's a stupid song for Fleetwood Mac.
But it works.
Which I think was like partially, I think Lindsay was like, it was like a throwaway.
Yeah.
And then Stevie was like, watch this.
Yeah. Watch me not make it a throwaway.
So petty.
Yeah, so
watch
petty.
me fuck a 20-year-old in front of you who plays trombone.
Well,
so funny.
Works that slide.
We wanted to come see you. I went down and supported Colfax like the prostitute I am.
Yep.
Colfax is going through a big old thing in Denver.
Yeah,
the longest
it's interesting.
boulevard in the country, whatever. Or longest avenue. I don't know, something like that. But I went and played video games.
At the One-Up?
Yeah, I went and played Iron Maiden pinball.
Fantastic.
And some Big Lebowski pinball and Galaga. There was some Miss Pac-Man played, some Mario Kart.
Excellent.
Some Karate Champ.
Very nice.
Lots of beers and pickle shots.
Yeah. Pickle shots. I can't.
I don't. No spicy pickle shots for me. See, that's the thing. I'm not a fan of pickle shots, but like when it's there, I'm like, okay, I guess you made it.
You tried.
I feel bad. The Jew in me comes out like, okay, well, I guess you went to the trouble.
Yeah.
But I find it ridiculous that there's even a thing as pickle shots. No one loves them except for one person that we know. Juliana loves them.
Yes. Shout out Juliana. Yes.
God, we got drunk on those at her party. But anyway,
excellent.
And then we walked up and had some birria tacos. And
excellent.
They were fantastic at Park Avenue. And
excellent. That sounds like a lovely night.
Oh, it was. It was fantastic.
I would choose that over coming to see me any day of the week.
Yeah. And you get to the point in some relationships where it's like, let's not do the fucking roses and steakhouse and burn $300.
Yeah.
Let's do $100 really well.
Yeah. We were like, we get to sing together for Valentine's Day. Awesome. Let's do that.
Yeah. That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's get to a little music biz bits.
Yeah.
The other thing I did this weekend was, I'm so tired.
Marathoned.
So tired. It's just been SNL for a week, it seems like.
Pretty much, yeah.
The SNL, the 4-part series on Peacock about behind the scenes, which is like the writer's room, the cowbell documentary, the one where they're showing everybody like doing the auditions. Fantastic shit. You really should see it. If you liked SNL, get in on all of this because it is crazy how much access they gave everybody.
Yeah.
Then the movie on Netflix.
Yeah.
Watch the movie on Netflix. What a ride that was.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I don't even know if I would say it's fun,
Yeah.
I think I explained it to a friend that it was like a total anxiety roller coaster.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if I had fun, but I would totally take the ride again.
Yeah.
Because it was just crazy. And then the big homecoming concert on Friday
Yeah.
at Radio City. And then Saturday was the original airing of the original show.
Yeah.
The original opening show. And then Sunday, the red carpet and then the full anniversary show with everybody coming back.
Yeah.
Did you catch any of it?
I've caught snippets here and there.
Like a youngin' caught it on TikTok?
I've been on work and dad duty for the weekend, so I've not caught it. I plan on catching up over the next couple of weeks. I've got some travels happening in the next couple of days. So yeah.
Well, I'll give you the highlights of what to look for.
Yeah, let's go.
So I already told you about the other stuff, but the highlights from Friday, the Roots were the backing band for most of it.
Fantastic.
Which is fantastic. So Questlove got to do his Dave Grohl.
Yeah.
Basically, he got to be like the drummer for everything.
Yeah.
But the highlights for me, post Nirvana.
Yeah.
Nirvana got back together with Post Malone as the front man, Pat Smear, Chris Novoselic, and Dave Grohl. And I got to say, if you are a Foo Fighters fan, if you're a Dave Grohl fan, it's great to see Dave smiling again.
Yeah.
And to see Dave smiling at Pat and Chris, like they were just like, dude, we're doing it. And they played Smells Like Teen Spirit, and you should go find it.
Yeah.
It was, whenever I see those kind of things like a throwback, bringing us back to a time or whatever, I try to forget about what I care about with Nirvana or with Dave Grohl, with whatever.
Yeah.
And Pat Smear. I love Pat Smear.
Me too.
But I try to forget about that and go, if I just saw this right now as a kid, like I'm 20, and I'm watching this, is this hot?
Yeah.
Fucking hot.
Yeah.
On its own, it was dangerous. It was great. Post Malone put the tour together. I'll buy it. It's really good. Not only did he sing it right and had the attitude right, he played part of the guitar right too.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people underestimate how much good shit that Kurt did on guitar.
Yeah. Yeah.
With a Jaguar. So that was great. Lady Gaga and Andy Samberg doing a little snippet of It's My Dick in a Box.
Excellent.
Go find it. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Will Ferrell and Anna Gasteyer are doing Marty and Bobby Culp, which is something they used to do on the shows, these like middle school teachers who were music teachers.
Yeah.
They did kind of a little cold open on something, and they ended up doing Not Like Us from Kendrick, and it is well worth your time.
Fucking excellent. Too. Yeah.
Also, I don't know why, Cher came out and did Turn Back Time with her band live, and I think you know her guitarist, right?
I do, yes.
Yeah, I was looking.
Was Joel playing with her?
Blistering.
Yeah, he's fucking insane.
The band was so hot.
Yeah.
She was not tuned. The band was not tracked.
Yeah.
It was one of the best live performances I've seen on TV this year. It was really that good. And again, 79. She came out and was stunning.
Did she wear the Turn Back Time outfit?
Pretty much.
Fucking excellent.
And she sang, and she did the key change, the whole thing.
Wow.
I'm not a huge fan of that song, got to say at the time, very much metalhead and all that.
Yeah.
But I'm saying over time, you're like, okay, this is a cool song. But this was a moment. Like these are all, I think I tweeted something like, or whatever you do now. I basically said, this is Woodstock Live Aid for kids.
Yeah.
Even though it was like, basically, it's a lot of old people.
Yeah.
There wasn't a whole lot here for younger people.
Yeah.
I get that. This is all kind of people of a certain age stuff. But I mean, star-studded, pretty cool concert. Snoop Dogg did a little set too. Smoke joint on stage. That was cool.
Excellent.
And Jelly Roll came out with him.
Fucking
that
awesome.
That was weird.
Really?
Not everything hit, but I'm just telling you the highlights.
Dude.
So then Saturday.
Yeah.
Also Jimmy Fallon doing a little Blues Brothers. Check that out.
Excellent.
Search that out. He gave it his all. Let's just put it that way. Saturday, Sabrina Carpenter got up and did Homeward Bound with Paul Simon.
Yes.
And Paul he's up there.
Yeah, he's in his 80s now, isn't he?
Yeah, and it's funny because he starts off, it's I think he's got to be 80. By the way, still with Edie Brickell.
Excellent.
We had to Google that. Yeah, check out Edie Brickell, you guys. Anyway, Sabrina Carpenter with Paul Simon, and his voice is betraying him.
He's 83, by the way.
83.
Yeah.
He seems like it, I got to say.
Yeah.
But he also, it was funny because she's singing like the sort of the Garfunkel part of it.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, dude, she's turned me around. I love this chick. She's funny.
Yeah.
She's cute as a button. She's doing the Marilyn thing. So someone needs to do that. And she takes that role. But she's a great singer, and she was respectful and played it exactly right. And so much so where she raised his performance up. Like he was like, oh, I need to like sort of push it a little bit here. And he did. Second line, he sort of came to life.
Good. That's cool.
Also, Adam Sandler's 50 years of SNL tribute was funny and then touching, and it was just perfect. And if you love Saturday Night Live and you've even seen some Adam Sandler shit, that is well worth your time. It was a really, really cool moment to watch. So yeah, there was other musical stuff. Miley Cyrus and chick from Alabama Shakes doing a version of Nothing Compares to You.
Yeah.
They did the Prince version, and I'm going to stop short of saying it sucked, but it didn't move me.
Brittany Howard? Is that her name?
Brittany Howard, yeah, love her.
Yeah.
And she played guitar, and she did great, but like she had to pull away on some of them, and yeah, that's just a tough one.
That is a tough one. Did you see the McCartney?
And then McCartney ended with the medley,
with the Abbey Road medley. I've seen that part, and like I've seen the people pairing it up with the Chris Farley skit. You remember in Abbey Road? Yeah.
I was trying to explain to a young person. I was like, there was a time when we were growing up, in my 20s or whatever, 30s, that there was like, it sucks because I'm a Led Zeppelin fan, a Stones fan, and a Beatles fan, and we're just never going to see these people again, right? We're just never going to see them live. And then Mick Jagger kept showing up.
Yeah.
And then Paul McCartney kept showing up.
Yeah.
And you thought, wow, what a moment. What a magical moment that people won't get. Yeah. And George Harrison in the late 80s with the Wilburys and stuff.
Yeah.
But like after he died, then you thought, okay, well, there's never going to be a reunion. Yeah. And there's never going to be a this. And then he just kept showing up. And then Paul McCartney, to this day, is touring. He played a show in the Bowery like the other night for 500 people.
Yeah.
And by the way, he is still on it.
Yeah.
And that band he's playing with, that touring band he's playing with, is... they've been together longer than any of us other bands combined.
Yeah.
I saw him in the 2000s.
He's got a fucking great band. Such a good band.
And so that was a moment, and a lot of this, I'm like, the person I was watching with was like, do the kids get this? Like, there's not a whole lot for the young people here. I'm like, I don't know. I think there's still young people who are like, I know who the Beatles are. Yeah. But I was like, look, most of this is for Lorne.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Lauren was like, I want Paul McCartney. I will get Paul McCartney involved.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. I've seen a bunch of the clips. It looks fantastic. So I will likely spend some time consuming a bunch of that over the next week or so, and I will get back to you, sir.
Also, shout out musical.
Yeah.
Look, half of this show was written by John Mulaney. I will say that.
Fucking awesome.
And the skits were great. There was only one or two that were bad.
Yeah.
It was a really long show. But John Mulaney got to, if you know John Mulaney lore, he constantly tries to get in a musical number that is way off the charts. Like in cost, production, length. Also, and so this starts out with a hot dog with heroin. That's all I will tell you. And it's basically New York through the 70s till now, and try to save New York for another day. It's well worth your time to search John Mulaney, New York, from the 50th anniversary special.
Fantastic.
It's what you would get if there were no governors on a regular Saturday Night Live show on the timing. Basically, I'm sure Lauren was like, okay, for this one, go ahead, do
just
the whole
this
thing.
Yeah.
And he did. And
excellent.
It was great. So, yeah.
Excellent. He's like, see, it fucking works.
It was crazy weird.
Yeah, good. Yeah, the place that show has in music history alone is just I mean, a friend of mine asked me, I said, do you think they'll have Ashley Simpson on? Because
it's on the special.
They
talk about it on the special.
It's just one of those things where, like, as a consumer of entertainment and media and that kind of stuff, that moment is like, whoa, we weren't even aware that shit was happening. At a certain level.
They actually have the audio from the director.
Yeah. Oh,
they're playing the wrong fucking song. Just go. Is she walking off the stage? She's walking off the fucking stage. Like you hear the director, you hear Marcy in the line, and then you hear like, it's seeing Billie Eilish talk about Sinead O'Connor with the Pope thing.
Yeah,
there's just so many moments that are just amazing, and to see the artist talk about it, like it still matters.
Yeah,
like it may not matter that you played Jimmy Fallon. It may late night TV show may not matter in the way that it did.
Yeah.
You may not blow up and sell 1 million records or get on radio the next day. Mm-hmm. Saturday Night Live matters still to a musical artist, and it moves the needle. It still does.
Yeah.
For good or ill.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they showed some of the ill, too, and Questlove produced it. And
yeah.
So it was pretty fucking cool to see a lot of those moments broken down from the people behind the scenes, too.
Milli Vanilli wasn't that. Wasn't Saturday Night Live, was it? What was that?
I don't believe so.
I don't think so, yeah.
No, those are Grammys.
Yeah, that's right. That's what it was, yeah. But you said something there and I forgot what it was.
Oh, I did forget.
Yeah.
Well, okay, that's it. That's all this weekend was.
We have showed our age. Excellent.
All right, let's get to Turn You On. Stu and I listened to 2 songs this week, and we want you to listen to the 2 songs as well. Stu, would you like to go first and give us the old song?
Oh, well, okay. So, I last night was sitting, I'm working on
heavy quotations,
old song. Exactly. I was sitting working on, some I have a corporate entertainment product, and we go out and play weddings and corporate parties and that kind of stuff. And I'm working on updating some playlists, like a couple of things. And I put on Die With a Smile. Now, this is not the old song. I want to make sure that this is very clear what I'm talking about here. I started because I fucking forgot how much I've heard it twice, and I love that song. And I listened to it again. I'm like, my God, the production on this is fucking insane. I'm like,
this is the one with Lady Gaga and Bruno
Lady
Mars.
Gaga and Bruno Mars. And
is it from the Joker soundtrack?
No, it was originally supposed to be a standalone single. Well, it might have been. I don't know. That might be a thing. But according to the Wikipedia page I went down, it was supposed to be a standalone single, but then Gaga decided she was going to put it on her album. Anyway.
Okay.
So I'm listening to this and I'm going, fuck, the production on this is just so kinky sexy. Like, I love the way it's... So that, of course, made me go, is Anderson .Paak playing drums on this? So then I go backwards and I pull out Silk Sonic. I pull out An Evening with the Silk Sonic.
Ladies and gentlemen.
And I put on Smoking Out the Window because I listened to it and I sat. We got a big old kitchen counter. The lady's doing a jigsaw puzzle, and I'm working on this, like asking her opinion. And I put that on, and we just both the necks start fucking moving. This sexy pocket, and it turns out it's DeMille playing drums on that as well. So, and he was also a songwriter and producer on the Gaga Bruno Mars thing. So, it was just. I don't know this song.
Okay, so there's the connection.
So I had this big old connect, listen to the production stuff, and I was like, this shit is just sexy as fuck. So I sent it to you and was like, this song just makes me feel fucking good. And we've talked a couple times. They did a Vegas residency as well, and I can't think of a more perfect thing for this band because it does sound like a 70s soul Las Vegas soundtrack. To me,
best tribute band of a band that never existed ever.
It is fucking incredible how good that record is. So, if you haven't heard, it is An Evening with Silk Sonic, the record, right? That's the name of the record. Okay, I'm just making sure I'm not fucking up. It's not A Night With, because that would be kinkier.
Yeah, it would. Hey,
but it is. I mean, that's 2021.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're 4 years away.
Recorded during COVID.
According to this is an old track according to the streamers. Anything older than 18 months, right?
That's right.
Classic
It's
catalog
old.
at this point.
Classic.
But I just, if you want to be in a better fucking mood, and the drum sounds, the key sounds, the fucking bass, the vocals, the production on this recording.
I want to make that record. I know we have talked about it, but like, I challenge people to listen to almost any song from 2021.
Yeah.
And none of them hold up as well as Silk Sonic.
Yeah.
Like, it still hits exactly the same today. And you're still like, Jesus, why don't I listen to this every week?
Yeah.
Like, I'll get on these little trips of leave the door open.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, God, I need to put that in my daily. You know, I need to take that with my Centrum.
Yeah. I need to empty my colostomy bag to this.
You know what I mean? Like that needs to happen with my daily walk and shit for my mental health.
Well, that was what I loved about the newer, it's 2024 was the end of last year. Die with a Smile came out. But like the fact that like there's a production through line from Silk Sonic to this current era of Bruno and Gaga going on. Like, I really loved it. I was like, he's like, I found a fucking thing, and I'm gonna stay here until I'm done playing with it. And I kind of love that. You like
Die with a Smile because I think it is soul country.
Yeah. It might be true.
So like she's kind of playing the Dolly part with like a Lionel Richie on it.
Yeah.
And like, so that's the through line where that's still the 70s.
Yeah.
Like there's the ethos.
Yeah. Plus, I love a swinging three
moved from 75 to 78 or something.
Yeah, you know? Yeah. It's still, you can still hear the Studer machine starting up. You know. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
So there you go. Silk Sonic smoking out the window.
This bitch.
This bitch. Not to be dramatic, but I want to die. God damn it, I love that line. That's just one of the best lines ever.
Yeah. So good.
Especially the video.
Yes.
So you'll have the links here. Go watch the video. If you have not seen it, you have been challenged. You must go see this video.
Yes.
Take 3.5 minutes of your life and make it better.
Exactly. Anyway.
Get you some culture, motherfucker. All right.
Carry on.
By the way, if you've heard it and you're like, I know that song, go try it again. I'm telling you, it will work. It's like a little shot of cocaine with some tequila on the top of it. You guys, stop talking about drugs. We're never going to get a sponsor. Where is Kelsey? Okay. Let's get to the new song. I picked this one.
Yes.
Amber Van Day. And this new song is called Loving You Is So Exhausting.
Great fucking title, yeah.
I believe she is from Brighton and Hove. So, yes, another UK.
Another Brit.
I can't stop. I might as well just move over to London. Although I would probably move up north. But anyway, later this year, just remember, this podcast told you about Amber Van Day.
Yeah.
Just so you know, AVD is coming. She's coming for all of it.
Yeah.
And she's going to get it too. This is a great video.
Yeah.
It's got the lyrics built into the video, which is a great way to sort of introduce artists.
Yeah.
She's a stunner and she has the chops to match. Look, it doesn't hurt that she's
good looking.
That she's not ugly. It does not hurt.
Yeah.
And she's dangerous.
Yeah.
She has been on a few features. When you see her on Spotify, you'll see some things where she's been featured on.
Yeah.
But she has a new EP out called, and I don't even know how to pronounce it, but it's Lais, I believe. It's Lyise. It might be Lice. I'm not really sure. Horrible name. So that way you know she's independent. Anyway. But she can do sort of that talk singing playfully and then nail, boom, hit the fucking notes, hit a nice chorus. This Loving You Is So Exhausting. Look, if you've got like young kids, 16 to 19, whatever, let them hear this.
Yeah.
This will be one of their favorite new songs because, their boyfriends are exhausting.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Anyway, excellently produced by Julia Sykes. And I want to mention that because we support women behind the board.
Women in the chair, man. Come on now.
Women in the chair and on the boards.
I love that. I have had, I believe I've talked about it a few times, where this is not a one-dimensional singer, which is one of the things I really liked about this song. This is Is this the first single off the EP? I can't remember.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It was meant to just be a single, but the EP was like delayed. But now the EP dropped, like I believe today when you're hearing this, it just dropped.
That's the
This is
thing.
why I call her dangerous. When you hear me
Yeah.
say dangerous, that's someone who can do multiple things, isn't just good at the one thing.
Yeah, this is a fucking great song with a great first single to show dimension as a singer. Like, you know, the whisper talk thing, you know, kind of thing, along with the fact that, because I mean, my beef a lot of times is I got a singer that can do a fucking big brassy, you know, like powerful voice, but doesn't have the emotional connection to a smaller, more intimate process. And the production decisions with regards to both of those vocal types, it's fucking cool as shit. So again, I love there's a lady producing this.
Yeah, Sykes deserves a lot of credit here.
It's great production. I love this song
Because it moves to a dance song.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doesn't start that way.
Nope.
And so I'm really excited to hear the rest of it. And I think she is sort of a pop dance artist. I think that's the way she's being packaged.
Yeah.
But like that, I'm really impressed with the production, impressed with the writing. And yeah, I just think she's got it.
Yeah.
And, you know, we've picked a few out here, kids. So I'd pay attention to what this podcast is saying. I don't know, maybe. As he walks away from the mic.
Yeah, as he walks away. I'd also like to point out that I had 2 songs that I produced last week come out, but we didn't pick either of those.
Well, not yet. Way to ruin it.
We're way to ruin it, asshole. Anyway, but I love that I'm always curious about an artist like this, like what they're, because this she's been popping up in my feed as somebody I should pay attention to.
Yeah.
And you got to this song and sent to me, and I'm like, oh fuck, that's this person that's been like I've been
because
seeing
they're
her.
working it.
They're working it.
You can also tell when you go to like the LinkedIn stuff, she's doing Feature FM.
Yeah.
If you do music marketing as an independent, you know that's one of our go-tos.
Yeah.
And so like you can tell some of the things they're doing. You're like, and this is why we're picking her also, because we pick artists who will find their way to you as well as us boosting them.
Yeah.
That aren't just going to, die on a shelf. Like they're actually working it correctly.
Yeah.
At least partially. And it is. Yeah, that's the thing is that also not a spring chicken. She's 28.
Nope. Yeah.
And that's great.
Yeah.
Like it may be the label time, maybe, who knows? But but that's why we want to support this.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
absolutely
fucking cool. And I do like it. I like the way it's produced a lot.
There you go. Amber Van Day, AVD all day long. Loving you is so exhausting.
A great title. Great title. Fuck,
it's just really good.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's get over to the
Well, do we want to do rock, paper, scissors to decide who goes first?
Yes, let's do it. Ready?
Yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors. Okay. Rock, paper, scissors. You can't hold up 3 fingers.
Did you go
shocker?
You went shocker? I went spocker, which is, anyway. Why don't you, I'll go ahead and go first.
I think you win.
I think I won with the.
I think we both win.
I think we both win at the same time, baby. Why don't you take the silver medal and come second for once? Anyway,
why is this medal stand so wet and slippery? Go ahead.
Okay, so I finally finished off Umbrella Academy. I've been trying to get some time to sit and just consume I've been holding on to the last 3 episodes. I'm a massive fan of the comics. Or, sorry, graphic novels. I apologize, everybody.
Jesus Christ.
I know.
Now we're going to
cunt.
get a call from Gerard.
I really would love to talk to that guy, because another person I love that is not a brilliant artist, creator, like just likes to make shit. I like people that like to make shit. Anyway.
Artist with an E.
Yeah. Artiste.
Yeah, see?
Wait. Okay. So anyway, I finally finished off the last 3 episodes. If you look at the rating of the last episode on IMDb, it is not ranked well. And watching it, I kind of understand why people did not enjoy it. Sure. I love it. I loved the ending. I'm a fan of the end of Lost too, because I like when people just go, no, this is what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
And fuck you if you don't like it. Yeah. But there's a montage in the last episode. I don't want to give anything away. I don't want to give any spoilers, but everybody knows about Oasis touring again. And
Yes, we
in
do.
this finale, this last episode, there is it's not an Oasis song. It is from Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds. Noel, not Liam. So, I mean, still pretty cunty music, but significantly less cunty than Liam's shit. Anyway, I'm just kidding. And this song, like, number one, grabbed me because I do, as I said, I love a triple meter. I love a compound meter, you know, like a swinging 6, swinging 3 kind of thing. And this was Dead to the World by Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds. This is a fucking gorgeous fucking song. Like this song, like the chord choices, the melody, the string production done at Abbey Road, like just the whole fucking, the way the whole thing is put together. His voice sounds gorgeous on it. And you know that, like, I'm not the person that says a Gallagher sounds gorgeous.
Yes.
Because as much as I love them as songwriters, I am not always a fan of the way those songs were delivered. This one's fucking amazing. And it stood out in this, and I mean, like I, you know, like, if you're of a certain age, you do kind of drift in and out of shows, especially when things take longer than you like them to get somewhere. But this one made me fucking pay attention to the whole montage because the song was so good. And it was that's Jen Malone again for
Jesus,
Netflix
Jen.
on The Supervisor. Jesus,
Lay back
Jen.
a bit.
Yeah, ease
Let
up.
the rest
would
of
you?
us get some work.
It is a fucking stunning song, and it is a beautiful placement, and it is so sad.
Oh, really?
I'm
the
song.
behind, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting into it.
Yeah.
I did go listen to the song
Yeah,
because I don't remember it.
yeah,
And as I got into it, I was like, wait a minute, do I remember that? And then, you know, then it's like, well, of course it has Oasis on it.
yeah, yeah.
Like
yeah.
everything any of them
Smeared on it like a jam.
ever do.
Yeah,
Yeah. And so, but you're right. It has a different quality
yeah,
than the rest of them.
Yeah.
And it really is it just feels like he cared more about this song and took the time
yeah.
to really like hone in on different sections. And
Yeah.
like there are some interludes in this that I thought,
Yeah.
oh, wow, that
Yeah.
shows some like maturity.
Yeah. I mean,
Which
they've
of course it
always
would
been.
be. He's in his 40s when he does this.
Yeah, and there's been, I mean, to be fair, like as a songwriter, he has absolutely always been a fucking great songwriter. Like,
Yeah. Mhm.
I mean, I think they've always
If not
been
referential.
yes, but I think that there's absolutely, and there's definitely that influence.
Descending diatonic.
There's definitely that influence in this, but you could tell it's later era Beatles influenced.
Yes.
Because of the progression
Right.
stuff and some of the string choices I really like that string hit was where I was like, oh my God, this is something cool. Anyway, that's my pick of the week there, my sync of the week. Dead to the World, Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds on the Umbrella Academy, Season 4, Episode 6. Jen Malone,
Absolutely
the supervisor.
worth listening to.
Fucking A. Great song.
All right, cool. I love it. Great. And I'm going to finish it here soon, too.
Do it.
I was
Do
waiting
it.
to finish it, and then I don't think the other person is going to finish it, so you're out.
Yeah.
I was watching over on the Apple TV Plus over there, on the
Yeah.
Apple TVs.
Yes.
Brand new movie that came out, The Gorge. I like how Apple is putting out these big-ass movies.
Yeah. We watched it this
and-
weekend, too.
So here comes The Gorge. It was funny on Blue Sky.
Yeah.
There was this whole thing about the last movie you saw. It describes your personal parts. And there was a chick that I follow that I know for a long time, Lil Bean. She was so funny because she's like, Paradise, awesome.
Yeah.
So that was the last show. I was like, oh no, mine was The Gorge. Oh, wait a minute. That kind of works. For me, not for you.
Yeah. That's amazing.
But anyway, so The Gorge, starring Miles Teller and Anya Taylor-Joy.
Mm-hmm.
I always have thought Anya Taylor-Joy is just too damn thin. I'm that guy. But I'm trying not to body shame her. I really am not.
Yeah.
And just like everything I've ever seen her in, she's the bad guy, right? Like she's... And both of them are set up as sort of the bad guy here.
Yeah.
But she's not. And there's no pretense that she is or isn't really, so I'm not really ruining that much for you. But it's I went into this really, it's in my wheelhouse, right? It's like sort of CIA, and it's like sort of, it's international, and people wearing black fatigues, and I'm down for that shit. Always down for that shit.
Yeah.
Sigourney Weaver makes an appearance in this, which was fantastic. I'm not going to ruin the movie for you, but I will tell you that it is, did it go off the rails there at some point, huh? Into another kind of film you probably would have wanted to watch. Yeah. Had it not been what it was set up to be. So it was like two films together in a way. And then it ends up being something completely different.
And now for something completely different, to quote Python.
Yeah. A fun watch, a huge movie, a really big movie with very small, just small parts. There's only probably a handful of named actors on the script in it. Yeah. There's a good 40 minutes of no dialogue.
Yeah.
And like as a screenplay writer, I'm just sitting there going, Jesus, how wonderful would this be to just write, picks up a smudge board and writes this. And it's just action. Yeah. No speaking at all. But it works. It really does work. And it's fun to see those two. It's fun to see Miles Teller in this. Mm-hmm. It's fun to see Anya Taylor-Joy. If you saw the menu, you absolutely will want to watch this.
Yeah.
Because it just sort of changes your mind about her in a lot of ways. So as an actress, anyway, there's a lot of really weird songs in this.
Oh yeah.
Some that are trying to make you think of Vietnam. I don't know if you caught that. But like sort of Flight of the Valkyries and some Jimi Hendrix. Yeah. I wanted to use the Jimi Hendrix one. It was like, I believe it was All Along the Watchtower, but it was a cover of it that was being played. Yeah. Which is normally associated with Vietnam era stuff. But as we know, all of that money is up in the air.
Yeah, right now. You can't get that one right now.
Are in lawsuits. But they did use it in the publishing side of it.
Yeah.
But so the song that I picked, which I thought was fantastic, was "Oh Come All Ye Faithful" from Twisted Sister.
Excellent.
This is a public domain song. Independent musicians, listen up. That is one of the public domain songs you can record every Christmas in whatever fucking way you want to.
Yep.
And you get to own the other side of the publishing on it. So do your own arrangement of it, like Twisted Sister did, because they basically made it into "We're Not Gonna Take It."
Into a Twisted Sister song. Absolutely.
Yeah. And there are shades of "We're Not Gonna Take It" into it. But boy, did it set up Christmas.
Yeah.
And it's so fun to watch Christmas stuff in a movie when it's not Christmas.
Yeah.
And like, does it feel Christmassy? And boy, did it.
Yeah.
And this song doesn't get placed a lot. So I really wanted to kind of point it out. Twisted Sister, "Oh Come All You Faithful." There isn't a music soup on this. Just music clearance.
Okay.
Julie Buchko is music clearance. There were two people, music rights and music clearance, but nobody was named as a music supervisor. And if you go on IMDb, there's got to be 200 people that worked on this film between animation and makeup and location and second ADs. I mean, just all the way down. And then you get to music department, there's 3.
Yeah.
3 people.
Yeah.
By the way, soundtrack done by Trent Reznor and Atticus.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, so the music, the actual music to the movie that is in the film, that's the weird music. Is Trent and Atticus. So, So should you watch The Gorge on Apple TV? Stu, let me know. Okay, that's what I felt like too. This is one of my classic Michael things. I had a great time watching it.
Yeah.
Would not recommend it.
Yeah.
But if you have nothing to do and you want to see a big movie, give it a shot. I'm just saying, it's not every movie has to be great.
That was exactly our takeaway too. Was we had a great time watching it. Would not recommend.
Yeah, I wouldn't be like, hey, make sure you got people, babysitters, and watch this movie. Like, if you have some time. And
the idea is interesting.
If TikTok is running a bit slow, watch The Gorge.
Yeah. There are so many other things out right now, though.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
I'm really, really happy this movie didn't go to theaters because it would have bombed.
Yeah.
because the people that walked out of it on a date would have told their friends, no, don't watch this.
Yeah.
And would have been pissed off they spent $25 on it.
Yeah.
However, I love seeing this kind of shit on Apple.
Yeah.
It's so Apple. It's so, they believed in it. They went all the way on this one, and it's weird. I'm glad there's a place for it.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
think it would have been made otherwise.
Like 20 years ago, this didn't have a place. This kind of thing didn't.
So I don't know how to explain it to you, but it's not the movie you think it is. And then when you think it's the movie you think it is, it turns into something else. And it's a whole lot of different things. It's not a spy movie.
It's like 5 movies together.
It suddenly turns into a horror movie at some point.
Yeah.
And it's sort of unbelievable and implausible, but aren't all movies. So there you go. There is mine. The Gorge on Apple TV. Oh, Come All You Faithful, performed by Twisted Sister.
If you have not seen Anya Taylor-Joy in Last Night in Soho.
Oh, I have not.
If you like Edgar Wright and you like weird fucking...
I do.
It's a good movie. The design, the visual, the way that it is shot, the way it's designed is one of the coolest looking fucking movies I've seen in the last 5 years. And it might be older than that.
I can't say that I liked her in, I loved her in The Menu because I love that movie.
Yeah.
But I didn't like her as an actress, and I really am concerned. You know what I mean? I feel bad, but I'm concerned. I got to say, in this movie, she turned me around. Of everything in this movie, I already like Miles Teller. He's good.
Yeah.
By the way, go see The Offer on Paramount. But Miles Teller is fantastic. And but she turned me around in this where I'm like, oh, okay, I get it.
I see it,
I can see what a director sees in her. Mm-hmm. She's a free spirit. I like it.
Exactly. Anyway, those are our
things. There you go.
Fuck yeah. Well done.
All right, let's get to a little last call, everybody.
Glug.
Do you have a last call this week?
Mine is a little sad. I'd like to shout out our friend Monica who passed over the weekend. I don't know the circumstances, but she was a friend. I ran into her a couple of years ago at a bar she was bartending at, and we hadn't seen each other in a long time. She was a mainstay at all the hard rock shows I used to play in the late 90s, early 2000s, and that's
a queen.
Yeah, that's a rough one, but shout out to her and her friends and family.
A native warrior, Monica Robles. And also by happenstance, shout out to James Martinez.
Yeah.
We love you.
Yeah.
Pho boy. There you go. God, I'm so fucking sick of people dying. By the way, not an old death. Just so everybody knows. We're not that old to where people are just dropping over, oh, well, you should, look at the both of you. Why are you surprised? No. These are all tragic.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, look at us.
Yeah. God, look at you.
Yeah.
You surprised? Okay. No.
You go and bring us back up, would you?
R.I.P. Monica. Yeah. So mine, I have found just a lovely creator who is a fucking fantastic guitarist, a great singer, damn good producer. Her name is the same name as the band, the name of the creator, the name of the channels. You can find it. We will be listing it here for you to go. I want you to get into her. Her name is Coburn.
Excellent.
Some of you may have seen her pop up on your Instagram reels or on your YouTube things or whatever. Her IG is Coburn Official. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of, Coburn is her name, but it's also the name of the band. I think her name is Erin Coburn. And then the band, so it's kind of like Van Halen.
Yeah.
The band is Coburn. I think it's a 3-piece. But she's out of Cincy. But I love her videos. I just found her. I know that she's already got a lot going on. So our bumping her up isn't a big deal, but a little bit maybe for people who don't know about who this is. We happen to know a few people who are like sort of influencers in YouTube and musician influencers that get to, show you the latest guitars and pedals and things like that. She's one of them. She has a deal with Sweetwater. Excellent. She has her own pickups. She has kind of her own guitar that she's working on. But she has great videos. They're quick. They're in and out. She has a fantastic personality. She's playful and fun, and she is fucking talented. Yeah. And I love her music. She has a song that I think it's called Sleeve. It's killer. Look for the song Coburn Music and then Sleeve. It's a killer song. But I just have a musician crush on her. I just think she's fantastic. The product stuff is great. Her YouTube is great. Also, from a music business standpoint, her YouTube is right. Her Facebook is right. Her IG is right. Her Patreon is right. Her Indiegogo stuff was right. Like her shit, she's on it. She knows what the hell she's doing.
Excellent.
The band does touring. She does a little behind the scenes stuff. Multiple channels and building community, and she's doing it right. So go give her some love. She's fucking great. Coburn is the name. Coburn Official. So I want you to check it out as a guitarist because I think you'll love it. It's a whole lot of drop D shit.
Excellent. I love it.
She comes out, she's like, kind of pretty, cute as a button, and then she's got this fucking great voice.
Excellent.
She's playing a lot of like really heavy. She's doing like heavy drop D shit on a cigar box guitar.
Oh,
like
nice. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah. And
cool.
So, but her also, like, her style is really cool. And so if you're into musician videos, which a lot of people that listen to this are, you should go check her out.
Fantastic. I'm into that. I done followed while we were talking.
Well, there you go. And that's a wrap for us. Hey, remember to subscribe and hit that bell on YouTube.
Ding.
And throw us a follow over there on Spotify. Give us 5 stars and leave a silly comment. And hilarious. What was that, 5?
5 stars.
Up 5?
That's 5.
5 stars.
And then I remembered we're not on video anymore because people don't like the way we look.
Fucking Kelsey. You can follow us at 2ShotsMusicPod. That's the number 2ShotsMusicPod wherever you follow people. Until we text you next time. Till we text you next time?
We should probably talk to you. We should probably talk to you.
Send us your number and I'll text you.
I'll text you before I call you because that's just appropriate.
It's just right. And then you text me back, stop.
Unsubscribe. I do that to people on a regular basis. They'll be like, hey, bro, how you doing? Unsubscribe.
Unsubscribe. Stop.
Okay.
All right. So we'll give you a big Juliana goodbye this time.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Excellent. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.